It isn't easy being a teen these days. It's even more difficult for those at risk. Joyce Wadzinski, a senior at Roosevelt High School, is one of the 5,000 youth in Hawaii's juvenile justice system. Lucky for her and some 150 other at-risk kids, the court referred them to Surfrider Spirit Sessions. For 8 weeks, they work with adult mentors to improve self-esteem, bond, and appreciate the environment. And it all centers around surfing. Author Cynthia Derosier co-founded the nonprofit in 2006 after teaching an art class at the girls' court. A counselor later asked her to teach the girls how to create a book to help them learn life lessons. Cyn, as she called, said no, because her brand of active learning means getting out into the water. Joyce couldn't agree with that more, and you'll hear it in the exchange between the two women. We begin with Cyn.
If you really want them to learn the lessons, we'll have to take them surfing. That was the beginning of the program. It was initially funded by proceeds from the book, and it was designed with myself, the judge, the probation officers, the court counselor, a marine biologist named Marvin Heskett, and Sam Rodriguez, who's a surf instructor and had 25 years in CPS.
Well, my main thing was truancy, so skipping school a lot, started stealing clothes and whatnot. Things like depression were a big part of my life. It was like the norm for me. I was cutting and overdosing, not in a really good place. And my probation officer called me, and she invited me to surf during the summer. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll give up 8 Saturdays. I'm not doing anything anyway.
When you look back on that, can you visualize when you felt like it was the tipping point, something made a difference for you?
After my first wave, after working for something, paddling out, I've never done that. I've never surfed. 10 minutes, like on my first wave. It's not bad. And feeling like I accomplished something on my own and that I could do it. And after a few weeks into the program, everything else started to change.
What changed in your approach and how you thought about things? Can you identify that?
Being with positive mentors, being with positive junior mentors, working with Cyn and Scott and Sam, I got advice from them and realized that if I want to be happy, I can. If I want to graduate high school, I can. If I want to be able to do the things that I want, my dreams, I can. I was telling Cyn that for the first time in so long, I felt it because I had to work for it. But I got such a great gift in return. I was with people who really do care about me and are going to support me, and I know that are there for me. And having that rock, that helps a lot.
I love seeing kids catch their very first wave because they light up. And, this is really interesting because we also offer the program through Iolani School as a fundraiser for us in the summer. We'll poll the kids at Iolani how many of you think or believe that you'll catch a wave the first day. 70% of the room believes that. They're pretty confident. When we ask our kids that are sent to us from the courts, how many of you believe you're going to catch a wave today? Unless they've surfed before, none of them will raise their hand. 0. And some of them will even argue with me. No way, lady, you don't know me. Ain't going to happen. So we make a promise to them and we say, here's the deal. If you listen to your mentor and you follow the instructions of the instructor and you try, I promise you, you will catch a wave. And they look at me a little skeptically, but we make sure that it happens. And after the first day, everyone is just completely stoked. And then I ask them, I say, what else is it that you can do that you didn't know or believe that you can do? Most of these kids grew up with these labels. They're delinquent, they're bad, they're screw-ups, they can't accomplish, and they are starting to believe it. And our whole mission is to break that down and wash it away. There's a Hawaiian tradition called pikai or pivai. And what it is you set the intention before you enter the ocean to leave negativity behind, to wash away anything bad or anything that burdens you. And so we tell the kids, before we go into the water, before we he'enalu, let's pikai, let's pivai, let's wash away everything. And when we enter the ocean and we surf together, we become family. And when we come out, we can leave the past behind, we can start fresh, we can start new. And so it integrates the sport and the activity of surfing with the Hawaiian culture. And the one thing I'm really proud about is that these kids have been beaten up, they've been torn down, they've grown up in really horrible situations, and yet no one has ever told them that they don't have a spirit. And all we do is we remind them that there's an essence to them that is important, that matters, that they have something to give to the world. And when they surf, they feel that spirit that they have, and it opens the doors to a lot of things.
The whole point of me coming back is to help those other kids so that they can feel what I feel, that change. If I can just at least get one person, that's everything to me.
I imagine before you started the program, you weren't very much into thinking about the future. Do you have a sense of your future now, something you might like to do after high school?
I am a little lost what to do, but for the most part, doing things that make me happy, pursuing my dreams like music, that's probably what I'll get into, and helping Sin and surfing, my new hobby. Ooh, fun.
What kind of music? What do you do?
I play piano, guitar, I sing.
This weekend, Joyce and the other students in the Surfrider Spirit Sessions are launching a Butt Busters campaign. For the next 8 Saturdays, the students and their mentors will clean Kuhio Beach and pick up cigarette butts. Their immediate goals are to save sea turtles and to raise much-needed funds for the organization. Sin, did you ever expect the students would take such initiative?
Again, there's all these transformations, and everybody asks us for measurements, but sometimes it's the simple stories. When we first meet the kids, I'm like, how many of you believe that you're going to pick up other people's cigarette butts and you're going to be happy about it? And they look at me like I'm insane. And, a large portion of them actually smoke as well. And then when we explain to them how it hurts the honu and how it can kill marine life, and after the first stoke of, like, the best wave ever, we're like, how many of you had a good time in the ocean? And all the hands go up. We're like, okay, how are we going to give back? How are we going to take care of the ocean? How are we going to malama? And so they do it. At the end of every surf session, we do a beach cleanup. And then we collect them, and then after 8 sessions, we add them all up. Last year, the last group we had, we collected over 6,000 cigarette butts. Imagine this, 10 minutes, Kuhio Beach, Waikiki Beach. It's horrifying, People lay on the beach, smoke a cigarette, and just put it out next to them and then walk away.
So the kids are going to walk away with a better sense of stewardship.
Yeah, and a lot of them actually say that they no longer want to smoke, or they at least cut down. Our kids have been asking us how we want to keep the program running. How can we help? How can we do a fundraiser? And so we were thinking about all these ideas, and we went, well, wait a minute. Here's something that they're doing right now.
So this is their idea.
Yeah.
You can learn more about the Kick Butts campaign and becoming a Surfrider mentor at surferspirit.org. And by the way, the piece that we're going to hear, the music coming out of this, Joyce wrote this, and she performed it after our interview on the piano in the HPR Atherton studio.